Now, I was going to ask you guys, we've got a couple of trailers that have come out just over the past day or two. We've got House of the Dragon season 2, and we've got Alien Romulus. I was kind of turning towards Romulus because mainly it's in the description for this open bar, so I feel like we ought to cover it first.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, I won't show the whole thing, or I'll stop it occasionally so I don't get copyright claimed. But I must admit, when I saw it, I didn't hate it, and that surprised me. But yeah, I'll put a little bit of it on here.
It looks OG, like the 80s, for the isolation game.
Well, I mean, the aesthetic definitely is, and I think it's set around the same time as Alien, with like the Nostromo kind of ship design. I like how I'm definitely not just stopping it here to avoid copyright, but yeah. When they've got Ridley Scott here as producer, it's kind of like James Cameron being producer on like Terminator Dark Fate. Like, I'm not sure if I buy it that he was involved that much.
Well, apparently Ridley went to set and was setting up for them.
Yeah.
Really?
The thing is with James Cameron, though, didn't he write Dark Fate? Like, wasn't it?
No, well, he apparently had creative input on it. I don't think he wrote it.
Yeah, I don't know if he got like writing credits, but I think he did story, like in terms of like his fucking idea for John Connor and stuff.
Yeah, who decided to do that to John?
I think that was Cameron. So who knows how involved he was?
The thing is, James Cameron is not the James Cameron that we remember from the 80s and 90s. He is.
None of them are.
He's a different man now.
He is. He goes by Jim.
Well, he's tapped into his feminine energy as well when he did the Avatar movies, so that's definitely what I wanted to see from the guy who did Terminator 2 and Aliens. But yeah, sure.
Run.
See, this looks pretty good so far.
Right. Obligatory, copious diversity, right? Black, synthetic.
I mean, well, it's hard to tell when it's so quick like this, but
it's it seems going back to the roots a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's to say, it's excusable though, because it's from the original, so it's sort of built in.
I feel like the husband's come home and he's like, "I'm not going to beat you today. I've had a real good day at work. I've got you some flowers," and you're like, "Really? Oh."
Yeah, I mean, I'm not holding out loads of hope that this is going to be a rejuvenation of the franchise or anything. I mean, I can only, I guess, analyze the trailer that I see.
Why don't you put on the Prometheus trailer? Go ahead.
Huh. No.
Suicide Squad trailer was really good.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I can only go by the trailer, so fair enough.
That's exactly what we're saying about the Acolyte trailer. They don't even know how to create a trailer.
Yeah.
Through the 90s, a lot of films I went to see were absolute crap, but their trailers were amazing. They'd get you into the cinema. That's again, I don't want to go back to that, Acolyte, but they can't even make a bloody trailer get you interested. Like, I'll fall for this. I'm loving this trailer. And it could be crap for all I know. Like you said,
oh yeah,
Prometheus,
I'll fall for it probably too.
That Prometheus trailer was amazing. Fucking the film, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was so hyped for Prometheus that I was like, oh, never mind. But this, you know...
I get the impression that this isn't going to be some pretentious, like, what is the meaning of human existence kind of movie. This is
that could have been good, Trigger. They just execute it like balls.
This is just like a scary movie in the Alien universe, like a Return to the First One or the Alien Isolation game, where it's just sort of like, here's a bunch of people trapped with an alien.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah,
well,
I mean, it looks like it's going to be a little bit smaller scope and just kind of get back to kind of the horror sci-fi.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it is a simple premise, but that's kind of all you need for an alien movie. Like, I guess the question is going to be: is it original enough? Is it interesting enough to actually get anyone's attention, or is it just going to be rehashing stuff that we've seen a million times before?
Especially when it comes to the Alien franchise, I don't care how simple or complicated it is. I care about whether it's good or bad. We've had basically every possible fucking iteration of failure in this insane franchise. The idea that it's simple and pared down is like, well, Alien 3? Yeah, everyone loved that one. Like fucking Alien 4, I don't even know how to describe what the hell happened in that.
No, that defies logic.
AVP Requiem. If I sold you to it as some aliens are released into a town and the police have to stop them or whatever, he's like, oh, that could be interesting.
No, I wouldn't say that was good. Like, I could tell you right from that premise that shit.
Bullshit. No way.
No, I don't want to see. I don't want to see cops fucking fighting aliens. No, stupid.
You can have all kinds of things work about just because it doesn't fit immediately with some kind of. We can put predators everywhere. We can put aliens in places and make it. If it had fucking great character writing and plenty of tense horror moments, you'd fucking forgive it.
I just want to say, all they had to do was adapt the video game Aliens vs. Predator 2, where Weyland-Yutani on another planet found a queen and was studying her, not knowing that planet was used by the Predators for their hunting rituals. And then the movie is about the 3 interactions. And my God, if you can't have someone write 3 interesting characters that overlap in that, I don't know what we're doing anymore.
Well, don't we basically just want Alien? Don't we just want Alien Isolation turned into a movie?
And it wasn't Space Marines. Sorry, it has to be Space Marines. That's the key.
At least they've gone a horror director and not Leslie Headland to make this.
Yeah, I'm going to see what else we got in the trailer.
Oh. Stunning.
That is so brave and so stunning.
But it's Ripley, so we can't call it study because they're trying to echo Ripley, so it counts, but it doesn't count. I don't know.
This is one thing I've struggled with the prequel Alien movies that we've had. And I don't know if it comes down to the writing or whether it comes down to the actresses that they've got playing the character. But like when you had Elizabeth Shaw, where you had whatever that bint was from Alien Covenant, they just seemed like shallow facsimiles of Ripley. And I don't know if it was because Sigourney Weaver just played the role really well, or if she was just better written.
What about the sequels? They had Ripley, and it was horrible.
Well, Aliens was fine.
Am I the only one here saying fucking is aware of what happened in the Alien franchise? Hello? It's not just the prequel ones.
Listen, I blocked that third one just out of my head.
When we see a strong female here, we can't say, oh, look, woke, they're putting in a strong female. They've always put a strong female because they're trying to echo Ripley from the first 2 movies, basically, is what I'm talking about.
All they have to do is make her interesting. And they have to do is make her like a realistic human person who makes smart decisions.
But like this shot is echoing Ripley in the second, like in Aliens holding the pulse rifle at the end. Like it's the same vibe.
It's the same gun, basically.
Yeah, and it's the same pulse. Well, more or less. I could see the barrel looks a little different than the pulse rifle. But yeah, it looks like they're echoing the same things.
I will just say as well, Romulus is a fucking retarded name for a
Why call it that? I'm not getting the connection.
Romulus just makes me think of Star Trek.
It makes me think of Star Trek.
The Romulans.
Yeah.
It makes me think of that too. I was like, I flew too close to the sun. I don't know.
What was wrong with just numbering films? Just make it number 6.
Oh no, that's too easy. That's too logical, Robot Head. We have to we have to get them random taglines now. I think the most egregious was Aliens versus Predator Requiem.
It's so serious, yeah.
Yeah, it's so pretentious and artsy. Like, get the fuck out of here! Like, you're a dumb action movie with aliens and predators in it.
You can make Romulus meaningful as a name. You could have done it with fucking Alien vs. Predator Requiem, honestly. It's seriously about what's going to be in this thing, and I'm so burned out. Like, I think I've told this story before, but Alien 3 was like the first time I properly understood, like, wow, things I like can be destroyed. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, Michael Biehn hates what they did to him. Obviously,
he should. Yeah,
he was on Inside. What was it? The Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum, and he talked about it. How them telling him, "Oh yeah, you're killed off screen, not even in the movie."
I think even David Fincher just fucking hated that movie and disowned it.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough coming from Aliens to that.
I think it is one of those first films that opening and they're killed. You just like it's the first time you're sitting there just going, "Oh, they've just fucked this up." Like. Straight off the bat,
Hicks was my favorite character.
Well, I mean, Alien 3 has to earn back your trust sort of with a story it's not terrible. It's just that opening is really fucking rough for any Alien fan, especially Aliens, like, obviously. And yeah, just the whole journey throughout this insane franchise. This one being like, look, it's dark hallways, smoky, screams, blood, nice and, reserved in terms of what you're seeing. Oh, look at that, an army of facehuggers. That's a bit different. You haven't seen that yet. It seems to be handled relatively well atmosphere-wise. Like, give us another chance. And I'm like, fucking hell, yeah, I guess so.
It's like it's better than them like going for some grand sweeping thing with a bunch of like political conflicts, or do you know what I mean? Like they could do this in a way.
Yeah, I agree. Where it's like,
anywhere.
I don't need you to explore the nature of fucking reality and the secret of life, the universe, and everything. I don't need you to be that pretentious. Just give us a bunch of characters that I care about fighting an alien thing that's hunting them and killing them, and I'm invested on whether or not they survive.
Is Fassbender going to be in it as David? That's the question, because this is supposed to be a continuation, right? It did look like a pulse rifle, but it looked like a new generation, like a earlier generation pulse rifle, meaning between the first Aliens and the end of the last whatever Covenant.
I think if they had any sense, they would just distance themselves from those prequels. Like they're just a separate thing, I guess. I wouldn't want to get involved with them.
It's a bit like Star Wars. You never thought they would have fucked up the space jockey. You just thought this amazing creature, that they go and explore in the original Aliens. You wouldn't think going back to explore his story would really fuck it up.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a perfect example of less is more. Like the fact that you never knew where the space jockeys came from, you didn't know how they died, what they were doing there, whatever. It's great. It adds to the mystery. It's something for you to ponder. Great. And it's not that important to the great scheme of the story, but it's just like a little mystery at the beginning. To fill those blanks in, it's never going to be satisfying. It's a question that people don't want to have answered. And when you answer it in a retarded way as well, like, well, you've got a double whammy right there.
That's my big issue with it, is that it was retarded. It's
you didn't want to find out?
Prometheus was interesting somewhat, but they fucking waste all their time in that movie doing bullshit. And then Covenant was even worse.
Did you hear his full explanation? Did you hear why he said the engineers wanted to come and kill everyone on Earth? Because we killed Jesus, that they sent an engineer that was Jesus, and that is why they decided to wipe out the planet and send the alien ship with the black goo.
None of the events of that movie make any sense.
I was like, okay.
It's to watch it.
Yeah.
I think Red Letter Media summed it up perfectly. Like they had like a 10-minute video where it was just like Mike just asking questions about the movie. Like, was David a secret asshole? Why did he not tell anyone what was going on? What was the black goo? It's just like all this stuff that's never answered.
It's just some weird choices to make.